Hello, last week I had a bit of an accident in the workshop. I was planing some wood and I thought I'd be clever with my camera angles and have the camera set up behind the planer. As the wood came in, it knocked the camera and it went on the floor. The camera was fine. Unfortunately, the microphone receiver for the little microphone I normally wear got smashed and it's gone off for repair. I managed to continue the rest of the video using an onboard shotgun microphone, but when I came to edit the video I noticed it was a little echoey in here. Not as bad as it was when I first built the workshop because I have added some sound treatment. I made these acoustic panels for the ceiling. I've got 3 of them that go down and they really improved it a lot, but more work can be done. So I could make some more, but I was looking and I bought some because they're super cheap and cheaper than I could make them. So we're going to get these installed. To install these looks incredibly simple. It comes with a nice bit of instructions, and I bought the mounting brackets, which is just some sheet steel that's been punched out into a triangle with some little spiky bits in it. The panels themselves are made out of kind of a fiberglass thing, which is good for sound absorption. And then these spiky bits just push into it to lock it onto the wall. Could not be simpler. I've got 8 of these small panels which I'll dot around, not quite sure where. But I've also got this massive panel to go on the back of the door. I probably could have got more in here, but I've got some other ideas as well. These then should be pretty easy to install. I've got some little screws. I'm just going to get a bracket centered on the door and screw it into place, and then get another one under it. I think this big panel will need 2 brackets. Two brackets on. Right, let's get the panel, and it should just drop down onto this. That could not be simpler to install. With one down, time just to get the other 8, I think it is, installed around the place. Hopefully, with every one that goes up, it should sound better in here. Right, hopefully that's sounding a little better in here. I could add more, but I thought, why spend more money on these when there's other bits of soft furnishing I want? I've wanted one of these for ages. This is a cheap leatherette second-hand chair, so probably cheaper than buying another large panel for in here. But obviously it's full of foam, it's going to absorb the sound, I've got somewhere to sit. And I've had a fabric chair in here before, but I gave up on it because as soon as it gets covered in sawdust, it's hard to clean. As this, I can just hoover off and wipe down. So yeah, maybe I could be sitting down on the job quite a lot from now on. Well, anyway, let's go on some other bits. Next job is this drill. I restored it a few years ago, and there's one aspect of it I never finished, and that's the belt cover. It just sits on top at the moment, and that means it rattles around a bit. It's blooming heavy. There should be a bolt coming up here that means it sits on a couple of nuts that's slightly off the casting. So, time to actually get this finished. I've got a threaded rod I can go into the casting here, and I have some thread lock. So I'm just going to get a bit of this put on and then get this screwed down and just leave this glue or thread lock to dry. I left this bar too long. Perhaps I should have cut it down before installing it, but too late now. So let's mark it out and we'll cut it down with a hacksaw. Now I've got a couple of nuts to go on, so I'm putting 2 on so that I can lock them together and they won't move. The belt cover, now then it can go on, and there it sits on those nuts. Okay, I can see straight away I need to lower those nuts down by about 2 centimetres. So we'll do that and try it again. Okay, second time is the charm, hopefully. That's better. Now on top I'm going to get a washer and a brass wing nut so it's in keeping with the other brass bits, and hopefully this won't rattle around as much when I turn it on. Well, it's secure on here, but let's see if it's actually improved the sound. Much better. There, a few simple jobs done. The sound treatment, not for everyone in their workshop, don't care about it, but I think it's still a nice thing to have, a space that's not echoey. If you work from home and do a lot of Zoom or meetings and things, like I do when I do the podcast with Keith, then this kind of stuff to make the room less echoey is nice. A chair in the workshop, I've wanted one for ages. This was cheap second-hand one that I don't mind getting dusty and ruining. It's already pretty beaten up, a bit like me. So I think this is just a bit of a luxury. Taking up space, obviously, but I think I just want to enjoy the space that I'm in. So hopefully by next week my microphone will be fixed and well, be sounding better, but hopefully it's sounding better in here anyway. So thanks for watching. Thanks to my patrons, and please subscribe for more videos.